You know it's freezing outside. I know you know that. It's warm in here. Hope it's even warmer in here. It's warmer in here if your life, your spiritual life, your consciousness is grounded in God's holy word, which you just heard proclaimed, and His holy sacraments, which nurture that fire of warmth in our souls. There's no greater wealth. There's no greater treasure. Scour the earth. Go to literature. Get on the internet. Whatever you got to do. The sooner you come to the conclusion that no one warms you, like the rays of God, you have an inestimable treasure. You have something greater than anyone can measure with an earthly metric or earthly standard or criteria. You know that. I suspect that's why you're sitting here. My job is to encourage you along the way, to build up that spiritual edifice, to build your life on a spiritual foundation. This parish is having a mission starting tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 7 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock. So when I'm done speaking, write your favorite words ever in the new year, briefly, someone's going to come up here and finish up what I may have started, but to encourage you to come to the mission. Father Larry Hennessy just retired as the patristic scholar of Mundelein Seminary. He was my teacher 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. That's how long I've been in I can't say this business, this vocation. I've been in this business. You know, police do that a lot. Police, airline pilots. I've been on the job a long time. And I go, yeah, I've been on the job 16 3/4 years. But anyway, it's a vocation. I love it. The point is, Larry Hennessy always said, if you do not want to know, your faith won't grow. Your faith won't grow. So this is a build-up to a lead-up to a invitation to you to come to the mission, one or all 3 nights, whatever you can make, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's go at the homily. Let's go at the homily first and foremost, of course, out of what keeps us warm, the Word of God. You've heard the story before, the wedding of Cana. I want to highlight 3 quick lines and make 3 quick points. Jesus and His disciples were invited to a wedding. Number 1. Mary realizes there's no wine. She wants Him to help. He says, my hour has not yet come. To which she responds, do whatever He tells you. Okay? You got it? 3 simple lines. He was invited to a wedding. My hour has not yet come. Do whatever He tells you. Those are the 3 lines we're going to explore in the fastest possible way. Fastest human possible way. Because, I can labor these points. I can labor them. I would nurse them. I would just go on and on and on and on and on. But someone has to speak after me. So first and foremost, why did Jesus perform this? It's actually an extraordinary miracle. And there's huge symbolism. Why did He perform His first of all miracles at this wedding in a house? In a domestic house where a wedding was celebrated. In Jewish, in Arabic, in those circles, a lack of hospitality is a huge insult. This was not just embarrassment. It would have fell horribly as an omen on the marriage if their party had run out of wine. So why does Jesus choose to do it there of His first miracles? I got the answer. I'll help you. Some say, well, His mother told Him to. Some say He didn't want to embarrass the groom. There's all kinds of good answers. Does anyone know the best answer? I already told you. Jesus and His disciples were invited to the wedding. People invite Jesus to the wedding. Some don't. Some people invite Jesus into their homes. Some don't. Some people invite Jesus into their families. Some don't. Some people invite Jesus into their countries. Some don't. The European Union. It's always going to be a shock to me. I'm Polish and Czech. Okay? I just grew up with Italians. These are, I don't know where I got these from. They're not mine by blood. They're mine by social trait. Grand Avenue. The point is, the European Union excluded God from their constitution. Oh, poor Europeans. I'm talking to myself, my own ancestors. Don't you remember that God built and fortified you as a land? Gave you peace for 1,000 years? Sad. So He did it because He was invited. He will bless your marriage. He will bless your home. He will bless your life. If you invite Him in. First point. Number 2. Jesus, you got to help these people. They ran out of wine. Hey, Mary, Mom, woman. There's significance to Him calling her woman. But Mom, my hour has not yet come. Young people especially, middle-aged and older, My life is not my own to think about how I'm going to be selfishly served. What's your purpose in life? Why did God make you? Why are you here? I got a newsflash. Okay, CNN News Alert. You're not here to get all you can, while you can, and live a life with unicorns, rainbows, and waterfalls. God created you for a specific purpose, and I have tremendous confidence. It's to serve other people and to make your life a testimony to the goodness of God, that they would see the way we love each other and glorify God. Point number 3. So Mary asks him, and it appears that Jesus blows her off. So it appears, hey, Jesus, help him to wine. Hey, woman, this is no concern of mine. My hour has not yet come. I came for a much higher purpose than a miracle of water and the wine. So what does Mary do? He says, do whatever he tells you. Mary always says that. Let me give you an interpretation. Go to the foot of the cross. You can go to the wedding, go more dramatically, where the new wine, the blood of Christ, the new covenant, is poured forth for us to warm us and bring us in the highest possible communion. The intimacy of Christ's glorified blood we receive at Mass. That's why I'm a Catholic Christian. That's why I'm a Catholic Christian. That's why I honor the martyrs and those who died for the gift of the Holy Mass. Go to the foot of the cross. When Jesus gives Mary away to all of us, son, John, behold thy woman. Woman, behold thy son. Mary's all our mothers. Do you think for a second Mary understood the depth and the breadth of the salvific mystery at the foot of the cross? No way! Did she understand what Jesus was going to do at the wedding? No way! Do we sometimes don't understand what God's going to do with our life, with a suffering, a sorrow, or a death, or a loss, or tragedy? No way! But she trusted him. She trusted him. Do whatever he tells you. I don't know what he's going to do. Small tangent, sorry, just one. You got off easy. I was in Cayman Islands by the benefit of some benefactor a couple years ago. I rented a car, bad idea. Second bad idea, they drive on the wrong side of the road. 2 bad ideas. I got to my first roundabout, no idea what was going on. Everyone knew I was driving a rental car. Rental cars, if you don't know, are usually clearly demarcated in foreign countries. So they knew I was a foreigner. They knew I was in a rent-a-car. I had no idea what to do. I put the emergency lights on, the blinkers, and I stuck my hands out the window. I just started yelling. Everybody knew at one moment, because this is like 12 o'clock, it's work, so it gets crowded. Everybody who was a local knew it in the exact same moment. This guy's nuts. He's not from around here. But they all communicated without saying a word in an instant to me, hey, I don't know what you're about to do, but what you're ever going to do it quickly, because we got to do something. Mary didn't know. I don't know. But I trust that God will bring the stuff of my life to a better end and to fulfillment in his way, in his time. And I believe this. And I hope you do too. At this time, I want to invite up Ken Yasinski, who's going to speak to you to encourage you. Please, come on up, to come to the mission. And his wife's carrying a child. How about that? So, welcome Ken to the pulpit.
Well, good morning. For the last 16 years, I've had the privilege of traveling across North America, helping people deepen and discover the purpose in their life. Answering that very question the Father brought up, what on earth am I here doing on this earth? Why did God create me? What is God's purpose for my life? And I have the honor and the privilege of being able to serve you Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I've come to know a little bit about your parish and that you have wonderful things going on here, and I hear that you do not mind being challenged in your faith. Is that right? Yeah. We got Father Koutnik here, is that right? I have a feeling you get challenged, so I got an uncomfortable question for you. And it goes like this. How many people in this room, by a show of hands, are getting older? It's uncomfortable. Sorry, about 40% of you. All right. So it's a silly question, right? We can't stop the fact that we're getting older. You know, the clock keeps on ticking, the calendar pages keep on turning, the sun keeps on rising and setting. So the question is not if we're getting older, the question is, Are we getting better? Are we growing in the purpose of our life and the reason why God has put us here on this earth? For none of us have asked to be placed on this earth, at least I didn't. None of us asked for this heart that beats, this mind that thinks, the will that can act and move and love God. This gift that we have, this life, is a gift, and what we do with it is our gift back to God. And our gift back to God is to be that masterpiece, but a masterpiece life doesn't happen accidentally. It's interesting, if you look at all the saints that have been canonized in the church, no one grew in great sanctity unintentionally. It was only through intentional decisions. In fact, our decisions determine our destiny. And so we're going to be talking about, number one, what is the purpose of our life? And number two, how to make decisions that conform to the purpose of our life. Because if we're making decisions in contradiction to our life, there's consequences. Now, I'm not from here. If you jump in a car and you drive 20 hours northeast, non-stop, you hit another country that starts with C and ends with A. It's not China. It's Canada. And so I came a long way to be here with you. And I'm married. I'm approaching 40 years old. We have 3 kids, another one on the way. 5, 3, and 2-year-old, and a little baby that's in the womb at 8 weeks. And I've had the feeling that life has just started to accelerate ever since we've had kids. Does anyone else feel that way? It's going fast. It's going fast. And I don't want to get to the end of my life only to realize I lived it wrong. So decisions, living in communion with our design. If I take this, how many of you have one of these? It's an iPhone. All right. What if you take one of these? If I took one of these and I left it on my counter, my 5-year-old's going to take it and she's going to start playing with it. And I'm going to get nervous about that because she tends to break things. And this would be an expensive break. I've already lost one. You see, this thing is not designed to be a toy. It's a communication device, a personal computer, the world's largest library at your fingertips. If you have one, we can chat later. But the thing is, if my child, my Glenn is her name, takes it and uses it in contradiction to its design, it breaks. Now, you know the purpose of the iPhone, but you know the purpose of your life. Because like the iPhone, when we live or use our life in contradiction to its design, we break. Or we break other people. And we rob ourselves of the freedom God wants to bless us with. So this question, what on earth am I here doing on this earth, is the most important question. Because, I can always get another iPhone. In fact, I did, because my first one was broken. But you can't get another life. This is it. There's no coming around again. Golfers, I don't know if there's any golfers out there. When you take a bad shot, what do you take? Mulligan. Some of you have been there. Teachers give students make-up exams if they blow it. Theatrical productions, well, they have dress rehearsals. But my friends, life doesn't offer this. Right now, you are standing on center stage. It's lights, camera, action, and we're rolling live. All heaven is our audience. The angels are assistant. God is the master director. Do you know your story? The story. And do you know your lives? And do you realize you play an absolutely critical part that impacts eternity? Because when the lights dim, and the final curtain closes, and you meet your Creator face to face, will you have known without a doubt why God had created you? My friends, it's possible. It's 100% possible to know without a shred of doubt why we're here on this earth. And that's the beautiful thing about being Catholic. It's been revealed. It's over 3 days. We're going to look at what the church teaches regarding why we are created. We're going to look at number 1, what is the purpose of our life? Number 2, the second day, we're going to look at what happens if we break. Then what? What decisions can we make then? And number 3, we're going to be talking about that final curtain closing. So I invite you, come out. Monday night, 7 o'clock, it's going to be a Eucharistic focused retreat as well. And I'm going to challenge you to bring somebody with you. The deepest identity of what it means to be Catholic is not to be a nice person. It's not to be prayerful, although it's good to be prayed, it's good to be nice. It's not to be simply generous. The deepest identity of what it means to be Catholic is to be an evangelizer. The church teaches, the church exists in order to evangelize. But the question is, well, how? We all got that. And I have a sense that you already know that. The question is, how? How do we evangelize? Well, here, I'm giving you a really easy way to do this. Pick up the phone, call up a friend, say, hey, there's something happening at the church. Monday night, 7 o'clock, would you like to come? And just don't invite them by giving them the time. And then say, I'll pick you up. Because if a person has been disconnected from the church for a while, it's a little intimidating coming back. And it's not that you're intimidating people, you're not. You're very kind, warm, and welcoming. It's just unfamiliar territory. So I welcome you. You call someone up, bring them with you. 7 o'clock, Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you there. So thank you for your